Hello team and officially welcome to Algorithm Proof Content. Super happy to see you here, excited to show you what we're going to be seeing, everything that we're going to be learning, and also happy to see that you're upskilling yourself. You should be proud of yourself every time you commit to something. Make sure to give yourself a little pat on the back because not a lot of people do that. Most people prefer to stay where they are. They don't want to go any further, and they're happy with that, but not you. So today I want to honor your time, honor your commitment, and teach you everything I know about algorithm proof content. I'm going to be talking about that concept in a little bit, but first let me introduce myself, who I am, what I'm all about. My name is May. I'm a content and marketing strategist. I help business owners create irresistible content and then tie that to their online business structure. So we start with content, but then very soon after we start thinking about what's the business structure here, the marketing structure, and everything else that's going to support what you're trying to build. We want to maximize the results you're getting from your content and reduce the amount of time you're spending online so that you can see that social media is actually giving you results. There's no point in us just talking about content and content and content and then me not telling you, okay, team, let's think about where we're going to drive those people. What's going to happen to those people once they watch your content? So there are a few times during the program today that I'm going to be challenging you to think further, think beyond content. But for today, what I wanted to show you is exactly this. My goal for you today is to equip you with tools to create better content, faster, and with more results. There are very smart ways we can create content, and as a business owner, I want you to be utilizing all of them. So here are the three things we're going to be working on. First, we're going to be talking about what to talk about, not just content ideas. I don't want you to see this as all content ideas. I want you to see this as we're going to talk about your messaging, the messaging behind your brand. And then we're going to turn that into content ideas. If we don't talk about messaging first, any idea we create is just going to be one more thing that you're going to forget about later. But when you have a solid messaging structure, that's when we start making things work. Number two, how to talk about those topics. Because I know a lot of people know what to talk about, but they don't know how to bring that in a way that is engaging, in a way that people pay attention, and in a way that converts viewers into buyers or even viewers into followers. So we're going to talk about algorithm-proof content formats today very specifically. We're going to touch on non-algorithm proof techniques as well, but just so you understand how to maximize everything you're doing. But my goal for you is to give you your time back. When we create algorithm proof content, we are essentially saying, I don't need to spend so much of my time doom scrolling anymore. If I scroll on social media, great, I'm going to get additional ideas, but I have a very solid base. And that's what I want us to build today, a very solid base. And then number three, how to add marketing psychology to make your content more compelling and converting. This is a super interesting part of the class. You're going to learn things here that probably you've never heard of before, which is very interesting. Of course, every time we talk about marketing psychology, we need to talk about ethics. We need to talk about how we're going to use this in a way that we're not harming people. So I want you to always have that in the back of your mind as well. But those are our 3 steps today. And as I talked about, they all come from my 5-step method when I talk about online businesses, when I talk about online content. Oh, look, I can actually put myself here in the middle. So one of the steps that we talk about for that any good business online needs to have is content that gives reach and converts. Your content needs to give reach. You can't just be talking to the same people all the time. Obviously, if you're talking to the same people, you're going to exhaust your leads, and then at some point your business will start slowly decreasing in results. That is very common when somebody isn't getting a lot of reach. So we want to kind of counteract that. The formats we're going to give you today are going to help you with that. Then a signature presence online. Of course, you need to be different from everyone else. And the algorithm-proof formats that we're going to be showing you today are going to help you tremendously with that. Then, of course, sales funnels. This is something we cover inside Beyond Content, my signature program, a business structure that supports your growth. How are you going to make sure that you're not the only one doing everything? And if you are, how are we going to simplify? How are we going to automate? How are we going to structure everything so that you're actually being able to do things? And then offers that are built to scale. Are your offers scalable today, or are you just relying on selling $27 courses, $97 courses? These courses are great, but I want want you to have a much bigger picture, something you are truly known for. And if you don't, I want you to start thinking about those things. All of these things are included inside Beyond Content. This is the methodology inside Beyond Content. But for today, your first step is to learn content that gives reach and converts and a signature online presence. This is how you're going to get started. So trust me, trust the process, and let's start getting you some really good results.